So I think we just need to go live over here. All right. Well, we got Wayne in here too. All right, let's go live there. Okay, cool. Hello everybody, and welcome to what is it? Tuesday? Today, I can never remember what day it is. I think we're doing good. How's everybody else doing?
Awesome, man. How about you?
I am doing good. I
Getting into
feel
hockey season, eh?
hockey season. Oh yeah. We were like waiting till like 8 o'clock last night to find out what team my son potentially made. So, he got onto the one, two, tier three, which is like they'd say the B team, whatever. Um, but that's not even solidified. So it's really just up in the air. The teams aren't finalized, so there's going to be kids being shifted around and stuff. But yeah, we've been knee deep in hockey, and now it's just gonna go now. It's just like we've already got the schedule for tournaments, and yeah, our fall is gonna be full.
Fall, winter, spring, you guys will be jamming through hockey rinks for the next 8, 9 months.
Yeah, well, till the middle of March for sure. And then you know what? Everyone there's such a big thing here about like spring hockey too. It's like, oh, spring hockey, spring hockey. And then my kids actually haven't done it for the last 2 years, and they've taken those months off. And I haven't seen any difference between the kids who played spring hockey and the kids who haven't. And then but it stretches it out. It stretches it out. Like instead of ending in March, you're going till the end of June for hockey. And the kids are playing hockey for like 11 months of the year. And
Yeah, they need a break.
yeah, it's just crazy. So last year, last this spring and last spring, my daughter was like, I'm not doing spring hockey, and she went and played lacrosse and other sports instead. And then, yeah, this year my son was like, yeah, I'm not doing it either, and he played lacrosse. But yeah, it's such I can't you just get so done with hockey. You're like, I just done, right? So it's good for them to go out and do other things. I remember, I coached t-ball when the kids were little, and they had these guys come up from Chicago, and the BC Baseball Foundation, whatever it's called, association, hires these guys, and they go to all the communities and they put on this little baseball camp. And one of the things I remember, this guy with like just a solid like Chicago accent was just like I can't even try and do it justice if I tried, but he's just like, get your kids to play other sports. Baseball isn't the only sport, you know. Same thing with hockey, right? People just like all they do is hockey, so it's you have to have variation in your life and go out and do things. So yeah, but we're back at it. Having said that.
Cool.
Yeah. Right on. So yeah, it was hockey all weekend, and it'll be hockey almost every weekend now for quite a while. But it's good. It's good. Yeah, so I see Howard hasn't been on here for a while. Wayne, something got messed up with our scheduling yesterday, and we weren't able to connect about the NFC cards, but hoping we can still chat about that. I sent you an email this morning regarding it as well. So, yeah, if you guys have any, let me know if you guys have any questions today, what you guys want to chat about. And yeah, I'm excited to do that. I'll show you one thing that I was kind of brainstorming and thinking. If you guys have any questions, just like raise your hands and post in chat. But here's one thing I was thinking. It was like, how do we confirm that somebody left us a review? So one of we got two people in the, got one person in the waiting room. Judy's coming in. Okay, so one of the things we can do with high level is they have a trigger for new review received, and I think that's been there for a while, but I hadn't really thought about it. And then I'm thinking we could probably do a find contact with a person's name. who left the review. Because what happens when you leave a review? It's a contact list. It's a contactless action, right? It gets triggered, but we don't actually know who triggered it because we don't get any email address or like unique identifiers that come across. But one of the things I was thinking is because we have our review request going out from just our review settings, we could say, hey, we're going to take this contact that came in, and based on their full name, we're going to find a contact. And if we do find a contact with that name, um, do they have the tags GMB review, which comes from the 5-star review, or do they have the ask for review tag? And if they have one of those, then we're going to know that we asked them for a review, right? The GMB review one is going to be from the NFC card. So if you're in the restaurant or business or whatever it is, and you on the tap that card, that contact information is going to come in, and we know that they are a person in the system. So when high level does receive an actual review from that person, we can definitely attribute it to that person. And then same thing with the review settings. We can ask if they have the ask for review tag, then we know that we asked that person for a review and then attribute that review to them just in case we get, there are definitely going to be cases where you have people with the same name leaving reviews somewhere anyway. So those are a couple thoughts that I had.
Hey, Jason, I
Yep.
think I think that's actually an awesome idea. And hey, yeah, it has been a while. How things going? I was going to say that's actually a pretty solid one. Can you show that again? The my
Yeah.
question was, does it make sense to initially filter somehow off of the tag, so then that way you're somewhat eliminating some of the duplication? Like, I mean, some of our clients have thousands of contacts, and so the
Hmm.
likelihood is it's possible, that there might be two people with the same name, first and last. But is there a way to do a conditional that somehow restricts first on the tag? Before it goes
You
to
can't,
the full name.
you have to find the contact first. So, okay. And I think, I was just talking with one of my developers this morning, and this is kind of what I was thinking why, because originally I told him, I'm like, I'm going to create a webhook that sends over to our system, and then we're going to filter people and then send the contact that's most likely back. And then I got in here and then I'm like, well, we're already finding the contact and then we have the if, but I think exactly what you were saying is we have to filter off the tag, right? So we can run a query on the contact's name, which is why I was like, okay, we're gonna find the contact, or like because we can do it off of this reputation.review reviewer name. We can send that over to our server where we can do this same query using the API, but then we can also filter off of a tag at the exact same time. And what we'd be able to do is instead of just pulling one person with this name, we might pull in 20 people with the name and then see which one is we'll see which one is which one actually has the tags.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I think that's actually a really awesome one because we we've been kicking around from a use case perspective, like being able to if it's like three and under, right? So if somebody just leaves a
Yeah.
review, being able to bubble that up to like a manager, or what have you, so that way
Hmm.
it's like, hey, this is something that needs to be addressed. This is not a positive review per se.
Yeah.
And I know that sentiment, I know you can also filter on sentiment too, because that's another one that's built in. So you can do like a four, if it's like a 4 and 5 star, um, you can you can do that as a conditional, I believe. I think that's where it is. But yeah, it's definitely it definitely would be great if you can, yeah, if you can finalize that, using your API to try and
Yeah.
identify the contact directly. Yeah, there you go. Review rating right there.
Review
Yeah, if
rating.
review rating is like greater than,
Yeah.
or less than, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do sentiment there too. Yeah, and definitely fire that over to a contact. Yeah, that's a great idea as well.
Um,
Um, yeah, okay.
so I did have a question.
Yep.
Obviously that's why I'm on here. So I'm having an issue specifically with the Tango integration. Um,
Okay.
and um, I find it took forever to finally get approved from them for the API access, but I now have it.
Oh, okay.
Um, so that was like the major barrier was honestly just getting the API key or just getting permission, from them to have API access because you don't
Why
get
was it such a difficult
you
thing?
you don't get it by default. So when you initially register with Tango, you can issue cards, but you can't automate it. You can't use API.
Oh,
So I had to go through this whole sales process and all of all of that in order to get them to finally approve me for the API key. Now that I have it, it took 3 months literally to get them to finally approve it. But now that it's actually been approved,
yeah.
um, now I'm at a point where I'm actually getting an error. And so that was what I was actually going to show you,
Okay.
is this error that I'm getting. Um,
Yeah.
my screen
Share
share
your
real
screen
quick.
to show me.
Yeah.
Um, we've only, and to be honest, we've only really set up the Tango thing with one other agency, and it did not
Yeah.
take that long to get the to.
Yeah. There's the error right up there at the top. Um,
Okay. So
and I
I'll
can
have to
copy
look
that.
at it. We'll have to
Yeah.
um what are you just is it just trying to set up the API or is it
Yeah. So I can't
um
get, so a couple of things. One is under agency settings. Well, of course the key blanks out, but anyway, but the point is that the key is fine. Platform name I cannot figure out. And
oh okay.
do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's just it's dumb. But yeah, if you want to go into Tango right now, we can go take a look.
Okay. Yeah.
It's up at the top. It doesn't even say platform name. It's just go into API credentials, I think.
Okay. You can still see my screen, right? I just want to make
Yeah,
sure that. Okay, cool. Um,
over on the bottom left.
so API credentials, yeah. And then here's
Um
this one. Because I did this
yeah,
and
it
it
should
still
be
didn't work.
that.
So hold on one second. So it was giving me an error. Hold on, let's just see if uh because I was wondering too if it was because like it takes a certain amount of time for them to. No, I still get okay, so it still says a warning at the
Okay,
top.
I'll have to take a look. Um,
Here, I'll just
well, it
I'll
says
paste that.
okay, but go to settings for the say Razor Sharp Fitness.
Yeah. So it's pulling it in.
Yeah, so there might just be like I might just be looking for a variable that's not there.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. I mean,
So
it's
I
like
will
because
take a look at that.
yeah, because
Um,
they just approved us like yesterday,
okay.
and
So it looks like it's pulling in the info though.
okay,
So Razor Sharp Fitness. And then yeah, rewards, and then
and then this would be like the
yeah, what you want to give
yeah, what
away,
you right, and
and then
then
you
this
can
would be the
select the different
template.
email templates. So I
Yeah,
know, like in
exactly.
the past,
Yep.
we've created different templates that were kind of geared towards each one of the clients, and then you do that. So that should work. So you should be able to send.
Okay.
I think you should be able to send a test
Okay.
um, using the webhook. Now I don't know if I have. Do you have, is there a, in under webhooks, do I have the webhooks in there? Or under training and resources, do I have the webhooks?
No, but it's you have the snapshot. So like if I
Oh,
go
okay.
into there, um yeah,
Yeah,
because we
that's
were
what
gonna set it up first with this first client just to see, you know,
yeah.
if we could get it to work. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm like juggling screens. I apologize. Okay, so I think you have it under no, hold
I'll
on.
just do a search for Tango.
Yeah. No.
Click back. It's not in the rewards. We don't have Tango in there for rewards, so it's if there's it might have to be a different one. Scroll up to the top and then click back.
Like all of our stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
and then just do a search for Tango there.
no.
Yeah. Let me see.
I'm I definitely recall seeing it because you and I have gone through it one time. We did a
Hmm.
call and you showed it to me. And it already had the
Oh, say
um
create. Look up create. It's like create T001. It might be.
TZ01.
Yeah, with a dash,
No.
like T dash.
Oh, no. But let me
Um,
see. Create. No. I feel like I've seen it though. Like I saw it
Click
maybe in
next
the
page.
rewards. Well, I was looking to see if it was in the reward systems. I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like it was.
I don't know. I know we don't have it. It's not part of rewards.
Okay.
So
Because I
it's
did install
all
the
it
snap.
is. All it is this. Here, I'm gonna take a screenshot of it and
Okay.
put it in chat. Um,
Because I've definitely seen the webhook in
I
a
just put it. This is all it is.
workflow.
It's location. Um, Location ID. Action is create underscore order. The amount that you're giving the order for, the sender name, and then the sender email. The sender email needs to be like a valid email address, and just make sure the email address is like formatted properly like an email address.
Right.
Because you'll get an error if it's not uh an actual email address.
Okay.
I know that,
Perfect.
or
Yeah.
there's times in the past we were testing it with different accounts, and we are like, we can't. The other agency was like, this isn't working. We're getting errors, whatever else, and then it was because they forgot like the M on .com or something, and
Okay.
um
So then that because the way that I presume that I would be doing this is like I did for I don't know if you remember, but I have like print on demand also set up for the same
mhm.
client. So I'm using a form like a redemption form instead of the certificate, or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So they complete a form and I would probably do the same way. I would ask them like, where do you want the gift card to go to? And then I would populate the sender email, from that. So
yeah,
the
or just
form, the
or
form
send
would
it.
automatically validate.
Yeah, you could do it that way. Yeah. And so the sender email, no, sorry, the sender email and sender name are not the
Oh, I'm
customer
sorry.
name.
Yeah, got it, got it.
It's
Yeah,
the business's name, the
right.
business's name and the business's email.
Okay,
That's the person sending the gift card.
right. I
Sending,
apologize. Right.
not that.
Yeah.
So, the way this one is set up here, it will send the gift card details to whoever the contact is triggering this workflow.
Okay.
So if you have it you have it as a redemption one, and you have the person's contact information in there, like autofill their email address and stuff like that, it's going to send to whatever that email address is.
Okay. Now the only challenge with that is because again, we're in the fitness space, and so a number of people will use like a trash can email address, because they don't actually want to be getting emails, from like the club. And so they will usually have another email address that like we've seen already from a redemption
Hmm.
standpoint that people are using like totally different email addresses for the actual redemptions. So that's a bit of a challenge. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
I don't know
have
how to I don't know how to get around that.
no, well, I was going to say, I mean, if even if you just have, like when I create a gift card, for example, for the print on demand, I create a gift card in WooCommerce, right?
Yeah.
And um, it has a sender email field, but then it also has another field that's like I think it's called like a redemption field or something, or like a, um, I would have to look it up. But anyway, the point is like there's another email address that is like, who do you want the gift card to go to? Um, I think if you just did something similar,
Okay.
in
Well, we could probably do
your
that.
API,
Because we're sending this to just webhook.php. Um,
you know what I mean? Like a
yep, I hear what you're saying.
yeah. 'Cause
Um,
if I look it up, I can even tell you exactly what it's this is a copy of it, but this is the idea.
you could, no, that's create
That's
view
yours.
card. That's a different one.
Yeah.
Well, I can probably do,
Oh, it's this one right here. Here we go.
I'll
Yeah.
have to end up,
Recipient. That's it. So like WooCommerce calls it recipient, you know.
you know what? Yeah, since we actually, the other client actually has their own server with stuff on it, so I can probably change stuff on here, update, contact, new bundle, add project. Um, what was the action again? It was like create order.
Um, yeah. If I go back to chat, yeah, it's create order, create underscore order.
Um,
Well, I'm excited if we're only the second people to actually use this Tango. I think it's going to
there's
be
not, yeah, there's
great.
not a lot
Yeah,
of people who've gone and used it. It's pretty it's not niche, but it's unique. There's a few more steps to have to obviously go and set it up, but I think it's valuable once it is set up. Why
yeah.
don't I see the create order? Maybe just I'll have to take a look. Okay, let me take a look. I'll have to see what I need to do with this
Okay.
because
And then you've got
if
in the
I can
chat.
probably add a recipient in there as an extra field, and then we'd
Okay.
have to update the other one to be like, okay, if there is a recipient in the extra field, then use
Yeah.
that email address rather than the captured one.
Yeah. Well, just because I can foresee that happening for us. I totally can because people what I've noted already from the print on demand is that people are absolutely giving us different email addresses than the one that's
Yeah.
on file. So I'm glad that I it was actually set up kind of, that way. Um, and I have a feeling they will probably need to replicate that for this as well.
Okay. Um, yeah, so weird. I'm like, I don't see where I'm capturing it. I think I'm just gonna have to go see what the deal is and test it out here again because it's been a while
Okay.
since I did it.
And then
You know,
you obviously you
we might just be saving it directly into the database like that rather than so for some of my webhooks I have, hey, if it's this webhook, then then you don't do this other little bit of processing, but and then still save everything. So I'll probably just have to do like that for I feel like this create order is just being sent directly into our it's just being saved into our
okay.
webhook flow,
Okay.
which is fine. I'll just take a look.
Well, then you also have, I mean, which it sounds like it's probably not crucial, but that warning of
Yeah, I'll take a look at that
the
too.
undefined key. Yeah.
Action equals create underscore order. And then we'll do, yeah, we'll just do this. I think this will be fine. And then I'll do extra array equals array. Um, I'll say that. I'll put an order a note here to work on that. I think all we have to do is create. We'll capture that recipient. So actually, what I can do here, just while I'm looking at it, let's go here. Extra array email. if it's going to be custom data, and we'll call it recipient. I like that. Um, I think that's all I need to do for that. And then one more second. Okay. Okay. So we'll capture the recipient. We'll call it recipient. That'll be the key, and then you can put in the email address of the person receiving that, and then we'll
Okay.
capture it. We'll have to do some updating on the other thing to in order to actually process that recipient. But I might even be able to do yeah, let's just leave this like this for now, and then we'll see what else I need to
Okay. Because I
uh,
can test fire, like I
yeah,
can just do like a
I'll
dump
test it on
or
ours with
penny or something like that.
I'll test it on ours with the test data too, and then see because I've got a sandbox account that they gave me. And then I can go in there and test this out
Okay.
as well. So I'll do that over the next couple days here.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. And I appreciate it. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
I think
definitely
that's cool.
exciting to
I'm glad you guys got that rolling.
yeah,
I
it
did
just
not
took a
think
long time.
if you have any advice on, what took so long for what took
So
so
I
long for
now,
them giving you
so I now
access.
have, yeah, so I now have a contact. What happened was I kept getting bounced around. It was literally this situation of like no one. So they were acquired. Tango was acquired by some other company. And when that
Okay.
happened, everything changed, as far as I guess process and everything. So I now have the contact for like North America, um, sales or whatever. And
Okay.
so now, I think if you were to have other clients, using rewards who wanted to
Yeah.
do it, it really is probably as simple as like register the Tango account and then give them this email address and be like, hey man, I need I need this set up,
Okay.
and like and then it seemed relatively straightforward. They did require like a full onboarding experience, and I had like a product or excuse me, like a program manager, call, and then I had like it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think that if we're able to like effectively show the integration and everything to this team, I think that the next one they may not even require any of that. I think they'll
Okay.
move forward because they'll be like, oh yeah, it's smart rewards, no problem. Like cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
because this one was all under a completely different thing. So, the other one. So, that's cool though. I think I love the idea, the print on demand, doing the gift cards, that kind of stuff, rewarding customers,
yeah,
for taking action and doing things. I think that's great.
yeah. I mean, we definitely, in fitness specifically, it's great.
You got to
There,
celebrate. You
there's
got to help those people celebrate to
yeah.
keep them motivated and keep them moving.
Yeah, because like we're rewarding now on like number of check-ins and number of activities as well. So like as they attend their 10th class or whatever it is, we're doing like surprise and delight stuff there.
Yeah.
So it's working really well. And I'm excited to now have the Tango one hopefully over the finish line because that'll be a nice thing as well. Because people
Yeah.
like, it's nice to be able to um pick and choose your own gift card too. That's the other part, because they can do that. It's like a
Yeah, I really like
marketplace.
that. I like that with Tango, that when you go in there, you just say how much you're giving them, and then they go and they decide where they want to spend it, which
Yep.
is nice.
Cool. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate
All
it.
right,
Hey, well,
thanks.
am I going to see you in Dallas?
Now
Is it-
I'm not going to Dallas this time.
Okay. Yeah.
Last year was good. I enjoyed it. Just decided
Yeah.
this year we're not going to go. Maybe next year I'll go. We'll see.
Okay. Good deal.
All
Well,
right.
I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. All right. Very cool. I see. we got Ray on here now too. And yeah, so if you guys have any, that was kind of a cool update about Tango. Tango is really neat if you guys don't know. Tango allows you to send out gift cards to your customers or your contacts inside of High Level for things that you want them to do, or just as bonuses as one of the things is, hey, leave us a video testimonial, leave us a video testimonial, we'll give you a $35 gift card, right? Or you can be like what Howard has here is you earn points, and as you earn points, you can redeem those points for things like gift cards and such. Nice thing about um Tango is as an agency, you can have a bunch of different businesses in here and you can manage them all yourself. You can fund those accounts for each one of those customers. And then and then when they go to redeem their gift cards, I forget where we see the rewards redemption
It's
options.
redemption. Yeah, it's redemption
Yeah,
options.
so
Yep.
you have
Yep.
all of these different um places. So instead of just being like, hey, we're giving you a $25 Starbucks gift card or something like that, you just send them the money and then they decide where they want to do it. Now, the other nice thing about this too is no money actually comes out of your account until they actually redeem their gift certificate. So it's not like you're sending the gift certificate and then or give the gift card and then you lose the money and it doesn't matter whether they redeem it or not. This way, it's they don't no money actually leaves your account until the person goes and accepts that gift card. And once you send off that webhook, everything else is automated by Tango. So you send off that webhook, it'll fire it off, and then that'll get in touch. That gets in touch with the customer, and then they go through a little process to register, and the gift card and everything shows up in their email address.
I will just add one quick thing, Jason. So what I learned from going through with the program manager was
Yep.
there was actually like five or maybe even 10 different bundles. You know how like when you were sharing your screen, it showed
Yep.
like you had like home link and the other one. So there's one for like health and wellness. So that's the one that we're going
Oh,
to be
okay.
redeeming from. And so that one has like a basket of like 500 different company gift cards that are all in the health and wellness space. And they have other ones too for other segments, like industry
Oh,
segments.
that's really cool.
So yeah, so like you can do like kind of like a generic one that has like thousands, or you can do a more like curated list
Yeah, and you can curate your
one.
own too. Like you can pick you
Oh, really?
I think you can I
Okay.
believe I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can go through and pick which ones you want to show up under that bundle.
Okay. I didn't know that.
That's
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. I might be making that up, but that was my understanding. Um, that you could actually pick which which cards you what options you wanted to send to your customers. I don't know how you would do that though. Um, but that's what I thought you could do. We can help you sit with any hundreds of gift card brands. Send specific gift card brands. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, there's an article right on the right-hand side that says how to send specific gift card brands to your customers and then set up. Um, yeah. I don't know if that's so that might be different, but it says you can set up your own catalog. Anyhow, really neat. All right, cool. Well, how's everyone else doing today? Do you guys have any other questions or thoughts or ideas on anything? Jeff, one of the things you talked about, I think it was like last Tuesday, was setting it up to track those review taps by customer or by staff member. Haven't quite got to that yet, but we have made it so that um, you can bulk create QR codes. are NFC codes. And then I was in touch with a couple people from Alibaba here to get some prices and see what kind of the process is for ordering the cards too. But most of them said that yeah, you can just provide them with a an Excel sheet and they will create those cards for you with your logo and everything on it. If we go here, so this here we can create a few different lists. And inside of our thing we have list all, and you can see these different QR codes. So I think a few of you are weren't on last week when we kind of covered this, but what happens is if we go to the bulk NFC, create NFC QR list. And we come here, we can give this a title. So like this, let's say September 9th kind of thing. Number of cards to create. I'm only going to create two for demo purposes here. Move that out of the way. Hit submit. So immediately it's going to export out. It creates the NFC QR codes with the URL and the name. And then I'm gonna just save this under, I don't know where I'm gonna save it. Where did I save it last time? Let's just go to downloads, whatever. I'm gonna hit save there. If I open this up, show you the format that it's gonna give it to you in. Okay, so it just basically gives you the ID of the card. So the ID of the link, and then it's going to give you the read URL. So this is going to be the redirect URL, and on here we don't need to say where it's redirecting right now. What I've done with this is you can come here. If we go list all, you'll see that we have these two new QR codes or NFC codes. They're the exact same thing. And this is where it's initially going to redirect to. And you can see that there's no QR code associated with this right now. If we go to back to here, we'll see September 9th as the title descriptor for this last list. If we click view list, it'll open up and we can see these QR codes here. What we did was made it so that if you have these new cards and say you have like on the corner of the card you have 885 and 884, so you know which card you're looking at. um, what you can then do is take, hey, card 884, scan it, or scan the QR code or tap it to your phone or whatever, and it's going to open up a page like this. On here, what this does is asks you where do you want to redirect that card to. The initial redirection is to this, where we're going to initialize the card. But when you get here, you can either select one of the sites that you have inside of our review system. So if you're going to go to Smart Reviews standalone, that's the test one, it'll automatically put the 5stars.review URL in there for you, or you can type in anything you want here instead. If you're like, oh, I wanted to go to this instead, you could do that. But if we went to we put this in here, it's automatically going to load up that NFC card URL that we created. So now this is successful. If we come back here and hit refresh, we'll see that this now redirects to this site. And if we were to scan this QR code, open image in a new tab. Let's see. I don't think my QR code reader is going to find that. When for some reason, the white on black doesn't really work. But if we like, so let's just pretend we scanned it. It's going to take us over to that review site for that thing automatically for us. And then you can go through the sign in with Google and go through and leave a review and do that kind of thing too. So that's the first step in there. What we talked about, I think last time too, is if you wanted to track for this, you can actually rename the file name. You could rename this to like server 1 or server 11, whatever you wanted to call it. Click submit, and now you know the file name for this is going to be server 11. So then you can track actual scans there. Now, the next step is kind of what we talked about at earlier today, is how, maybe tying it in with that webhook to, or the review one here to attribute, the review with the person slash file name slash whatever who scanned it. So kind of working on that still. When a review actually comes in, not just the scan, like you said, you could have people scanning 50 of these things themselves and their scans would go up. But then, if we can put it inside of high level and say, hey, this person, these review customers actually came in, and then we can track it and associate it with that specific card. Then you'll be able to say, hey, this month, this person with this card had 50 actual reviews come in, which then you can reward your customers and stuff with. So kind of just thinking about that, putting that into plan and stuff like that right now. But we're putting the steps in place to make it so now you can print off all the cards that you want. You can associate it to you can change the file name. You can automatically put it to the review site that you want to put it to. You can also get these cards all printed using that format here. You basically need to send this off to a company to print them. I was going to have a chat with Wayne on here because he said he's got a print shop and maybe there's a possibility of him doing stuff like this as well. And then and then yeah, maybe we can do something where we associate it with a specific server, and if we can tie it into to high level. I'm just clicking over on random things now. I don't even think I'm going anywhere. If we can tie this into a specific server and say, or a specific card, every time you actually get a review, then it'll be way easier to track and then way easier to reward your employees with that. And then, I mean, after that, you could even tie this in, you could tie the whole thing into Tango. And, once they reach 100 reviews on a card, send them a gift card. You could do something like that. So lots of options. I think that's kind of where we're at with building it out so far. But I think it's a good step in the right direction.
Hey,
Jason.
Nathan.
Oh, sorry. I was just
Yep.
going to say one quick thing just on that specifically, because one thing I did want to move towards, there is another company specifically in the fitness space that does just that. They reward the actual employee who is mentioned in the review
Hmm.
with like a certain amount of, like, I think it's a gift card, but it might actually even be a payroll thing. But whatever. The point is like I think it's a gift card. I believe with Tango that would be possible. I would still need to like parse the review itself in order to identify like Tom, like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, my trainer was Tom, and so like if it's a 5-star review, Tom gets $25 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's something that our clients are looking to try and replicate because the other solution is like prohibitively expensive for them to deploy. So if it's something that we can just almost offer as like a value add or a small upcharge, I'd love to be able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things that we were working on is we're just using NFC cards. And you can get them printed with Google reviews and you could I mean, if you wanted to put a person's name on it or whatever, you could do that as well. But you can get these things all printed or you can order them off Amazon and program them using your phone, just leave a review. But what we're talking about here is tying each card in with a specific person. So when they ask for a review, like, or, instead of leaving it up to the customer to leave a review, but if you have somebody who is, a personal trainer or whatever, you're working with someone and they said, hey, you know what? We've had a couple sessions now. Would you mind, if you're enjoying it, would you mind leaving me a good review? And then they could be like, just tap your card on your phone kind of thing. And then what we're going to work towards here is associating that tap with that specific person. And then now if we can associate that tap with that card with the person who left the review, then then it's much easier just to confirm whether the person mentioned the person in a review or not, right? If they said, "Hey, Tom was great," that's one thing. But even if Tom gets reviews for the gym, um, but they didn't mention Tom, just like I love coming here, the trainers are awesome, blah blah blah. Here's a 5-star review. Then you can associate it with that person automatically.
Right, because of the tab. Sorry, Jeff, I
Yeah,
didn't mean to step over you. But yeah, that's awesome.
cool. Yeah. So Jeff, did you have any? I know Ray had something to say there too. Ray, was it about the reviews thing?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, this is it's weird that this is that new client that we got. This is one of the things they wanted to do, and they I don't know, somehow they assume that this is already kind of done with your system. So you don't currently to have like a dashboard or a leaderboard for like servers, right? That's something that you said you're
No,
probably.
that's something that we have to build in. So you can ask for the review, it just doesn't get it. It ties it to the card. It ties it to the card, but it doesn't tie the card isn't tied to anybody at the moment.
I mean, obviously you could build a workflow with the mathematical thing and add scores and whatever for like,
You could potentially do that, yeah. So, yeah, right now, like if you're using a specific card, everyone has their own card. This card is tied to this person. So there's that, but there's no we don't have it saying, hey, this person actually left a review. So you could be like this card got scanned 25 times and maybe 15 of those times nobody left a review, or they just ended up at this site, but they didn't actually leave a review. There's no way to confirm that right
yeah,
yet.
there's not really a way to confirm reviews right now anyway, because
Right. So that's what we were talking about actually at the start of the call is we
right,
were
I saw
working
that.
on a workflow slash thing to try and confirm that somebody actually left a review.
Some people's got, most of the people that leave review that their names might not match what you have in high level, or
Hmm.
weird names because whatever,
So one
but
of the things we do have here too is in our database, because every time somebody scans one of the cards, that those details go into the database as well. So we're able to associate the scan with we'll probably be able to associate the scan with the actual person. So if we go here and we just look up I think it was true sub users right here. So this is these people have gone to the page but not scanned anything. So we actually don't have any contact information here, but these are the people that have gone through the process here, and actually their contact information has gone into high level. So we've captured that information, and then we can actually associate it with a contact ID as well.
yeah.
So they went through, like they signed in with Google. We got their contact information that went into high level. Now, maybe we can actually assign that with which card the person. I don't know how we do this, but maybe there's a way that we can assign it saying, hey, this person came from this card specifically, and then tie that into a user as well.
Um, so with the bulk generator, I
Yeah.
noticed it doesn't generate a QR code. So theoretically, if you're gonna like send them out to, China or wherever you're gonna get
Yeah.
your stuff printed, um, is there a way you it can generate a QR code, a unique QR code that we send over in a spreadsheet for?
It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. So, like this here is just the URL because it's always a redirect URL, right? That's the only way that we can track whether they was scanned or not. So, this is always going to go to the redirect URL. And if you're going to get 100 cards or 200 cards or 500 cards printed at once, you don't know where those URLs are going to redirect to at any time in the future, right? So, this is why we just have the URL as this here. So initially we created this initialization page, which is this
Which is
page
cool
here.
because I will
Yeah,
always.
so you can program them on the fly. So you just need to scan it, say where you want it to go, and then and then it'll be programmed.
How does the
There's no
card?
way you'd want to be like sendo 500 and have them all pre-programmed with where you, I mean, you could, but then you wouldn't need this.
So how would you get the cards printed with a QR code on them?
Yeah, you just send this list, this Excel file here with like 100 on here. This is going to have the URL with the redirect ID. So this is going to have this first part right here. So it's ignore this right here. Right here, it's going to have this row right here. This is going to be what's programmed onto the thing. Same thing as this QR code. This QR code right here doesn't go here. It goes here. This
Right,
page loads and then it redirects to here.
right.
So same thing. You'll just have all these QR codes already pre-printed. You won't see it on here because it'll still just go to this initialization page. But when you first get the cards, they're going to go to right here. When you scan that card or click edit, you can then change where you want it to go.
Okay. So that QR code that you have, like the second row,
Yeah, like this one
how,
here.
yeah, how did that get generated?
This got generated because we edited this card. So like let's go here. I can either
Oh,
click on
you edited
this.
based on the QR code that was on the Chinese card, say
Yeah,
for
so
example.
this is going to be the same URL. This is going to be the same QR code. It's going to point to the same spot on whether the QR code is on the card or not. Like you don't need to send them a graphic because their machines will print it and program the card when it creates the card. Okay.
Okay. And then
So you can
when
have
you
the ID printed on the card. You can have your logo printed on the card. You can have a QR code with this URL printed on the card. And then you can also have it programmed with the NFC programmed with this
right,
URL. And then when
that's
you
that's
get them and you go into a business and you're like, hey, I want to give you a card, or whatever, you can get their Google review link. You can program the card right there while you're standing there if you want you know or if you're at your computer you can just click this, it'll open up this page where you can put in whatever URL you want, or you can select from your review sites and say, hey, I want to use this one,
right.
and then it'll throw a URL in there, and then once you've created that URL, then it'll create the QR code. I just didn't.
Wait,
So
wait,
what I
wait, hold
wanted
on.
to do
Give me
was I didn't want to
one-
create all the QR codes for all the redirect URLs and everything like that before the card is initialized, right? Because it just takes up a bunch of server space.
Sure.
So bunch of server space for, let's say you went in, or like 10 people went and created 500 a list of 500 but never did anything with them. That's 5,000 QR
Right.
codes taking up
I
space on the
got you.
server for no
But
reason.
I'm still confused. So I just want to just walk through this. So if I send that spreadsheet with just the link and the ID card, which
Yeah,
is cool, right? When I get them back, they're going to be NFC programmed to go to this redirect.
yeah, that
And,
URL right there.
and they're going to have a unique um, QR code on each card,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
And
That will go to this URL.
that's generated by whoever you buy the cards off, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how does that QR code that you just showed us after you program it, like if I when I first time I scan the QR code, I get it. I'm like, all right, this is a Virgin QR code. I'm gonna scan it. It's gonna go to this page. I'm gonna tell it where to go, what to do, blah blah blah. How does your system populate that QR code? Is it based off the actual QR code?
The QR code on the card
Yeah.
only goes to here. This always stays the same.
Okay.
This unique identifier always stays the same.
Okay.
This is the URL that changes. Right now, this one goes to our initialization page, but as soon as you edit this card,
It will go
um,
to direct to wherever you want.
yeah, it will go to wherever. youwant.com
Right.
and then
Okay.
hit
So
submit.
I guess my
Here,
confusion
so
was,
now if we hit refresh on this, we'll see that this stayed the same. Now this is going to go to
that's when
this
I
is going to
confused.
redirect here. This part here is pointless as far
Okay.
as getting the cards printed. But
Okay.
if
It
anytime
doesn't
in the
match what's
future you're
actually on
like,
the
hey, I
card.
want to use this QR code for something else, you will have the QR code that you can save. You can download this QR code and use it somewhere else if you want.
Okay. So it doesn't actually match what's on that card that you got.
No, this is just another QR code that points
Okay.
to this URL, which is going to redirect you to here.
Awesome. Okay. And the
And then
NFC,
so this URL can change at any time. In the future, you don't want to do Google review or whatever you want to change the business, whatever you want. You can change this URL at any time and it'll still have the same redirect and it'll just go to wherever this is. So you don't even have to change the card. They could just tap it and it'll be going to a different place.
and it will change both. So at this point, there's two different QR codes. There's this one,
Yeah.
and there's the one that's actually on the card. So if I change the link and the redirect, it will change both of them.
Yeah.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right.
So if you change the URL for card 885,
Yep.
um, it's going to just redirect to wherever it is. The card will change, this will change. It'll just be recreated.
So you
Okay.
can change the whereveryouvant.com in the
Yep.
Yeah.
future to
I have
never
no
never
idea what wherever you
land.com.
want.com is there. So there is no wherever you
Yeah.
want.com.
Yeah.
But like, if we change this right now to let's go facebook.com and hit
Mhm.
submit, now when we scan this, it's going to take us to Facebook.
Cool. That's awesome. So yeah, I was just kind of hung up on the QR code that you generated here
Yeah.
because it makes sense because if you want to create a kiosk type of thing, it will still go to the same place and still associate. So now there's two QR codes associated with this ID 885. There's the
Yeah.
one that you got from, okay, that's awesome.
So yeah,
Um,
so we made it so you can program it on the fly, so that if you wanted to walk into a business and be like, "Hey, I'm going to give you a QR code," or you can do it wherever, right? It doesn't matter. And if you have a review site in our system, you can select it from the list, and it'll grab the location ID and code that, and then maybe we'll also create a drop down for a server or employee or something that you can tie this into as well, and then figure out how we associate everything.
oh, so we haven't done that part yet.
No, we don't have the part where we can associate it with a specific server, but I
Cool.
don't think it'll be that big of a deal. We just want to we gotta map it out because
Yeah, because you have the ID, you have the card ID,
we
and
have the
now
card ID. We know if we gave that card ID to a server, they would have it. Then if they scan it, we can track how many scans. Like, we can change the file name so that we know in here what it's called. You can put a person's name there if you want for the
yep,
file name, and then you would know, okay, well, server 11 had 3 scans, in total, because it doesn't do it, it's not a monthly one, but we could probably do that. I have to check to see exactly how those scans are tracked in there as well.
yeah.
But once that's done, then if we can tie this back in with high level now and say, okay, a review came in from this person, and we were able to associate this person here with the card, which we're not doing right here yet either. If we can associate that review with that card, then maybe we can also,
I
um,
guess you could just create another custom field that's QR ID and then pass that ID over and
yeah,
then
we
you
might have to put something at the end um, for the read ID. So we have the ID, but then maybe we have to put like the card ID as well.
whatever
Um,
ID.
associate that card ID with that card too, and then we can track every time somebody logs in with Google there. with that specific card as well. Or maybe it's yeah, because this every time this page loads is where we're getting the scan from, but then every time this page loads, this is where we're tracking the reviews.
Right.
Because these cards could be
Almost
used for
there.
anything else as well,
You're
right?
almost there. You have all the components, I think, and then next would be a possible like leaderboard for
Yeah, and
who's
then we can probably put together a dashboard that shows scans, reviews, that kind of thing, and then based off of which card too. So I have to think about that because this is really good discussing it here. Just need to put together a plan of how that actually comes
it's funny
together.
that yeah, the client that we have now is obsessed with these cards.
Oh,
He
good.
I think he's just like I don't know.
I
I
think it
think they're
just made
cool, but
such a good
he's
opportunity.
like literally like obsessed with them. He's like, oh, it's about our cards, right? We want to get these cards printed and they're working, and I'm like, yeah, it's I don't know. I'm a little skeptical when it comes to that. But when you tie in the whole server thing, now it makes it a game for the actual servers.
Yeah,
If if the owner of, the business is going to be like, hey, everybody, whoever gets the most reviews this month from their card gets $100, Now people are going to be more incentivized to get the reviews, which is big, right? That's big.
it is.
And this is a great mechanism for that.
As long as we can track the amount of reviews, which we can't yet, right?
Yeah, we're gonna work
Not
on
really.
that.
Not really. That's going to be a tough one because it's not going to be it's never going to be 100% because like for example, my Google profile is 25 years old or I've had it for however long.
Hmm.
Who knows? I mean, I'm some old Gmail address that I have, and that's how I log in, and that's how I do my reviews, right? But and it doesn't necessarily. A lot of people put their business name or whatever name, and it doesn't. You got to have it correlate to something.
Yeah, so that's just
You
it.
were
So if we had, that's what we were saying before, is like somebody who does the tap card thing, their name may come up different than an actual contact that you have inside of high level. So then if we can we'll associate it. I got to figure out first thing we want to do is associate the card with the Google request.
right,
Um, so then we know when that review comes in, we can find that contact in our list, and then we can say, okay, that review was from this card, kind of thing, which I think we can do.
now the only other thing is I forgot how your Google review link process went, but you captured the name of the person somehow.
Yeah, so inside of high level, we can do a I don't think I have it under this one. It's under this one. We can say the review came in. We can see a review came in. We can get the name from
Right,
the person who left the review, and
right,
that's going to be the same, especially if we're using the NFC cards. It's going to be the same as the contact that was added into the sub account.
right. Unless they go through the smart review process and they have the
In which
name.
case it's going to be different, but then we should still be able to, if they went through the smart review process, and we already had the contact in our thing, then we should still be able to look up that contact with the name and
And
ask for a review. So we should be able to correlate them as well.
and you can also capture the card ID as well,
Yeah,
right?
that's what, yeah, we have to capture the card ID on that login process too. So we know which card actually sent them there.
Yeah, that
Which
sounds
we can, oh,
that
because we
sounds
can, we
pretty
have
cool.
the ID. We could probably get where they were sent from. Yeah, we just we'll have to make a couple adjustments, but I think it'll work.
Yeah, cool stuff, man. Good update on the bulk.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Right. Yep.
I know Jeff wanted to say something earlier too. He's still got his hand up here too. Jeff, what were you gonna say earlier?
So I wanted to ask you about the QR codes because I'm getting an error message that is saying something about no location ID when I click on creating new cards, and I didn't know if that was something
Hmm.
on my end or if that was something that needed to be updated in your
Can
system.
you share your screen so we can see?
Sure. Give me 1 second here. Okay.
Oh, did you is this South Shore Social? Is that added to the our backend?
Yes.
And that's under static QR codes, or let me just go and see here.
Both, either one.
Let's go to admin. Jeff, that's Jeff Dyson. Incognito window, QR code generator. Okay, so I don't think I have two Jeff Dysons. Okay, so only thing you probably have to do is I'm going to replace your share. Go to our agency. Go to our agency dashboard. Go to like the GHL Power Tools one. So go to your
Are you
agency
talking
dashboard.
about here within this sub account or in my agency account?
Agency. Uh, there you go. Click on QR code generator. Click on why does it say buy more licenses? Let me take a look. Here. Um, eh.
And we don't have to do I mean, we don't have to troubleshoot this with everybody on it. I just wanted to,
It'll be ready to go in 10 seconds here.
okay.
Do. Oh, come on. Um, oh, there we go. Okay. Right click and go refresh. Click on QR code generator. Click on add a QR code location. Select your social. So source. There you go. Hit update. There you go. You can head back to South Shore Social. That's a tongue twister. And then you should be fine.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
If anybody else has that problem, let me know. Yeah, so just make sure you add it to the back end. If you guys have Power Tools and for some reason you guys don't have the licenses for the QR code generator, let me know. It's supposed to be in there, but sometimes it doesn't show up, especially if you have an older account. There, so that's updated. Awesome. Okay, so you should be able to go and create those QR codes. I'm gonna send off a batch to a company here in on Alibaba that I found that I think it's like about $50 for 200 printed cards with your logo and stuff on it. They're just sending me they're gonna send me shipping costs and final costs, but it's less than $100 I think for 200 cards printed and shipped. So gonna check that out, and then I'll let you guys know how that goes exactly. And then yeah, what we'll do is we'll work at tying in the card specifically to the review request. And then once that review comes in, especially off the card, we will be able to tie that review directly back to that thing. Because what we're going to do first is off the webhook, we're going to check that list of people who've checked in using Google there. And then if that person's in the list, then we'll be able to tie it directly to that card, the name, their contact ID, and everything will be in there. So we can associate that right back to high level. We can update that person and we can send off emails and thank yous and whatever you want after that actual review comes in. Cool. Okay. Uh, Matt, how are things going? You've been patient. Thank you. Oh, you're muted there or really quiet.
Nope, extra mute on my microphone.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. And thanks for chatting with me yesterday too. Get me kind of oriented. I'm
No
definitely
problem.
yeah, we're real new with the tools. So a couple things, quick questions, just get me oriented.
Yep.
In the docs link, are these like recordings for these? Because I'd love to go back and hear more of the NFC since I joined late
These
too.
are so these weekly calls, these are
Yeah.
either on YouTube or they're on our YouTube channel or they
Okay.
are in our Facebook group. So
Okay.
or you can also just check my profile as well on Facebook. So it's
Yep.
facebook.com/jorban.
Yep.
You'll be able to find them there going back quite a while /J Orban.
Yep.
And then I
Cool.
think our page on YouTube is HTTPS youtube.com// GHL Power Tools. I think that's the correct link. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, and then you'll find all the weekly calls on there and then a bunch of other things as well. Mostly they stay up on YouTube, but if there's like personal information or anything like that that gets shared, YouTube will usually take it down. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
for
actually
the
just
most calls,
stumbled
the
ac
calls are on there.
yeah, I actually just stumbled across one of those for I don't remember what it was. It might have been on the page just explaining or a landing page, actually a sales page, I think, for the reviews and referrals. There was,
Okay,
something that
yeah.
was something was down. I don't remember exactly which. Anyway, so again, I think this is kind of a real quick one. I just kind of want to run a couple things by you because, like yesterday I was really trying to get a number of these snapshots, up into
Yeah.
master sub accounts and things like that. That went really well. So I just wanted to run this by you and see if I'm thinking right then. So, um, a current sub account, so we're not, not a new client setting them completely up from that sub account. Uh, do I, at that point, do I just go in and apply the actual snapshot rather than the, using the duplicating the sub account or whatnot? Do I just go in and apply that snapshot to a current client account then to kind of
You
get that
can,
one
yeah.
going?
Or you can like so if you created a master account, like if you installed it in a sub account and then created a master out of that,
Yep.
you can just apply that master one to the client sub account.
Okay. Yeah.
What that lets you do is in the future, if you make any changes to that master sub account, uh,
Yeah.
you can push those updates really easily to
Yeah.
all connected accounts.
Right. That's actually definitely the direction I wanted to go. I don't know that I've ever done that though. Like, what's
Oh
the
yeah.
like? How do I apply the sub account and
Oh,
overlay it
okay.
like on a
So
current account
just
already?
yeah, if you want to share your screen, let's walk through it.
Yeah, sure. Oh, wrong share. Let me just pull this over. Okay. Yeah. So I want to use
So
the
go to your agency. Yeah, go to your agency and then go to account snapshots. Did you create you created a master account already?
yeah, I ran through a number of them yesterday
Okay.
and I
Uh
want to do the reviews and referrals is what I want to.
Okay. If you're gonna do, if you have a reward stuff too, I would say use the reviews standalone and then use the referrals inside of rewards. It's a better reward system, or it's a better referral system.
Yeah.
The referral system inside of smart reviews and referrals, the referral system is there, but it's really just a basic, like
Yeah.
basic one
So
asking for referrals.
yeah, use case is pretty much it's one of our clients out in Cali, a garage door
Okay.
company. So he really just wants to give a a reward just for a referral, right? Rather than have some sort of, points accrual or anything
Sure,
like
yeah.
that. So
So yeah, then you could do the just the regular referral one, and if the referral comes in, somebody fills out that form, whatever, then you can give something for that referral right there.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, instead of
okay,
collecting
cool.
points and stuff like that. Yeah, totally. So if you want to, you created your master snapshots, perfect.
Yep.
You already have it. So then just go to sub accounts. Now go to your client sub account.
Uh-huh.
Find the sub account in here.
Yep.
Click on the three dots in the bottom right and say Manage Client.
Mm-hmm.
Click on Actions and Load Snapshot.
Okay. Okay.
Select you, it'll say Own, and then scroll down till it says Own, and then it'll say whichever snapshot you want to do. So don't do the imported one. Scroll down, you'll see
Oh, okay,
Own
yeah, right.
Master, and then you select the one, whichever one you want to
Yeah.
Smart Reviews and Referrals, and then you can load it up that way.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And then so then on this same once I have this in, so he's already, we've got an API going over to House Call Pro because he kind of, just uses that as an industry specific like CRM anyway, but we're running
Okay.
these, his marketing stuff through here. So what I was thinking, because they've already got some sort of automated review system, so he already has a lot of clients that have already placed a review.
Okay.
Would the smartest thing to do to kind of try to skip over that for that subgroup of people be on like an import of his list to tag a certain way on the import into high level, tag him as like already reviewed, and then I can start him at a different stage, like the
Yeah, so
referral
what
stage
you
rather
can
than.
what you could actually do is we have a workflow inside of Smart Reviews. I'll share my screen here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Let's go into Smart Reviews here. Okay, so inside Smart Reviews, there is a review request hold 180 days. So if you're bringing people in who've already
Hmm.
been asked for a review or whatever, um, we could, you can tag them as review request, add a tag called review request,
Yep.
and then also add them to this workflow. So what that's going to do is it's going to hold them in here for 6 months. And
Yep.
then after 6 months, it's going to go and remove this tag. So then it'll open it up that if you ask them for review again, then it'll allow it to go through. The way we have this set up, it says, hey, if has somebody been asked for a review in the last 6 months or whatever, do they
Yeah.
have the review request tag? If they already have the review request tag, then we're going to kick
Yeah.
them out of this workflow. If they
Okay.
don't have that tag, then we'll put them down here, and then we're going to add them to the 180-day workflow again, and then we're going to give them a review request tag.
Yeah.
Okay. So it just
Yeah.
it just
So
it just makes it so that we're not asking customers for review more than once every 180 days. If you have a business
right.
that has like a pretty good cycle of customers, pretty good flow of customers that come through like a couple
Yeah.
times a month or whatever, you don't want to ask them for a review every time. Or even if it's like
Right.
a hair salon and you're asking them for a review, once every 6 weeks they're in them, you don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, if I ask you for a review in January and you leave us a review, that's fine. But maybe
Yep.
in September, I'm going to ask you for another review, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because
Sure.
updated reviews and stuff like that. And if they just update it or whatever, that's fine, or they can just
Yeah.
ignore for it. But some
And so
people
just
have it
make
set
sure
up.
I
Yeah,
yeah, so just make sure I apply. So that tag is already part of the snapshot, right? I need to go
yeah,
in and see what that tag is and just make sure I apply that tag on the import of their
yeah.
uh
Review request. You want to do the review request. If you don't add them to the 180-day hold, they'll just never be asked for a review again. Because
right.
what this does is it holds them for 180 days and then removes the tag.
Yeah,
If you don't ever put them into this workflow, then they will never be asked for a review again because the
right.
tag will never get removed.
Right, right. Okay, cool. Great. So yeah, that helps a lot there. And then I think I just have one other one. I just noticed as I was on a different page here, um the subdomain manager, like what's that all about? What do I use that for?
It's 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 useless now.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
we built that. I actually
Yeah.
took it off of our sales page for it. I
Yeah.
started taking it sales off the sales page. Um, it was really good when like 3 years ago when
Yeah.
before High Level implemented their whole domain management thing that they have now.
Yeah.
What would happen basically is you would go and create that subdomain, and now every time you wanted to, when High Level before have High Level had Lead Connector, before High Level
Yeah.
had Lead Connector, what would happen was you create your domain. And then you have to go into GoDaddy or registrar and fill out that information. Then every time you want to create a subdomain, you'd have to go back into GoDaddy and stuff like that. But then you'd also have to go into Mailgun, and then you'd have to add in that subdomain and that business in there in Mailgun. And same thing with Twilio, so that you could send emails and text messages and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
built the subdomain manager. So you would just type in the information for the subdomain you want, click go. It would create it in uh, Cloudflare. And then it would
Yeah.
also at the same time do all the email connections inside of Mailgun. So then you can go into High Level and you just say, okay, this is connected. And then High
Yeah.
Level will be like, great, awesome.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
now it still does that. But when you go into High Level, it's going to be like it still wants to take you through each step of the process for
Yeah.
using theirs. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Okay.
implemented doing that now.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. I appreciate your help.
You are welcome. Awesome. Well, does anybody else have any questions before we jump off today? Judy or Wayne, you guys are on. Let me know. Otherwise, we'll wrap up for today and we'll get back to work creating awesome things.
Yep.
I think I'm good. It's just
Yeah.
those QR codes that you were talking about earlier with the cards.
Yeah.
Was that the company that you ended up going with Alibaba? Was that the one that?
I'm just gonna try one out. It's one of the, the thing is with Alibaba, you put in a query, it sends it out to, I don't know, whoever does NFC cards. So you end up getting like 50, 60 messages from businesses that say that they can do it. And I'm sure they're probably all the same. So I just looking for someone with a good review, a good review history. So
So you
this
didn't
one here
use
only
that
has one review, but
you didn't use that company that we were looking at last week there?
well, I put in the query, but this one only has one review here. I was just messaging back and forth with them. Um, but here you can see I've got 37 messages from different um
Mhm.
people saying that they can do it too. So I
Okay.
don't even know which one was the exact one that I messaged initially either, because it's not just a conversation. It doesn't end up being just a conversation with that same business.
It doesn't? Oh, that's
No,
weird.
with this one, when I did inquiry, basically when you go inquiry, or did it create like an RFP, something like that? It was a request for quote, is what I ended up doing somehow. So,
Mm, okay. So okay. So I'll look into that and figure it out from
yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of different ones. Like there's so many, and it's not rocket science printing
Yeah.
these things. So, I
So I
mean,
just wanted to also clarify, oh, that looks like a good one there too. 11 cents to 27 cents.
Yeah, I think the quote I
Canadian.
got that I replied to was right here. Um
Oh
uh
yeah, that's the one I think that we were looking
16.6
at.
or something like. Yeah, that's what I thought. But this one only has one review, so I feel like maybe that
Oh,
wasn't.
oh yeah,
Um
maybe.
but they've been around for 15 years.
Huh.
Printer, yeah, weird. I don't know. So we'll just try it out and see what happens here.
So we can change the redirect on those QR codes or
Yeah, once
QR
you have the
cards.
card, as long as the company, so as long as the company you go with will print the NFC cards um based on the file that you give them here.
Yep.
Um we'll probably have to create like a template of where we want, where we want the ID to show up, and then what link, and then where do we want our logo, because you can upload custom graphics as well. So I'll design something like that and I'll send it over. And then we'll get some printed and see how this works. And then yeah, so as long as they print it off with that URL there, that's the redirect URL, then you can decide where you want that card to go afterwards.
And you can change the redirect
Yeah,
as many times as you want,
as many times as you want.
or as many times as the card will be able to handle, because there might be a limit on the card, right?
No, no limit on the card.
Like
Just
on the usability of the card, don't they wear out after a time?
oh yeah, well, it has nothing to do with where you're directing them. It's just however long the card lasts, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks,
Hey,
Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah,
So it was kind of funny because I was finishing up that snapshot, right? Import in, and so it got to that point where it's like, oh, you got to confirm the conflicts. And so I was
yeah,
going to ask you real quick, how do you think about these conflicts? I went and I checked, and there's actually no conflicts, and it still
yeah.
makes me confirm it, right? But anyway, just with you have a lot, longer experience than I do with that. How do you like look at these conflicts and kind of, just
I
any
only
thought
only
process around them?
I like that they have conflicts in there now.
Yeah.
And it's only really usable when you're updating a snapshot or
Okay.
you're importing a snapshot again, because high level has made their snapshots much better than they used to. So you can actually do an imported snapshot right over top of a sub account that you have. Um, what I like is that it shows you the conflicts, and when I see conflicts, I just know that I'm updating something, right?
Yeah.
Something is going to be updated. So you have to just make sure that if you changed inside your master snapshot, if you changed some funnel ID, some funnels around and stuff like that, and let's say you went into a client's account and you changed their funnel colors and everything like that, and then
Yep.
you go to push an update from your master sub account, if you overwrite those funnels, it'll all go back to the way the master snapshot is, right?
Right.
It
Right.
won't keep
Right.
the colors and everything or whatever you changed inside of that funnel. So
Yeah.
just knowing, okay, I want to update, I just want to update the workflows. So you can go select the different workflows and then just update that, and it'll say conflicts because they already exist in there. But that's
Hmm.
good. You just know that you're updating something,
Yeah.
rather than
And it's only going
because
to identify a conflict where there is one, right? Like it's not going to
yeah,
identify if I never changed again funnel colors on the master, then it's not going to. Yeah, it's right. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So it will still say that you're gonna there's still gonna be a conflict because you're updating that funnel page,
Yeah.
but it's just you're updating workflows, messaging. There's business settings and stuff in there that can be pulled over with your snapshot as well. But I think it's like I've never run into a problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool.
that's what I think anyway.
Yep.
Um,
Cool.
should be pretty good. Yeah, I like that they have conflicts in there now because they never used to. So you would import a snapshot, and then you go to import a snapshot again. It would import it, but then it would duplicate everything. So then
Yeah.
you'd have double of everything of the exact snapshot, and
Yeah.
you're like, this sucks. Now you have to go try to figure out,
Right.
hey, which one did I just import? Which funnels are we actually using? Because the funnels be lined up with forms, and then which form are we actually using in this funnel, which triggers a workflow. And now we have two different forms and we don't know what's what. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
much better that they have conflicts now. It helps
Yeah,
us
for
a lot.
sure. All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Cool. Well, you guys have a a great and awesome rest of your day.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll see you guys on Thursday too. All right.
Thanks,
Yep.
Jason.